Well, hello, welcome to Tarot to a T. Today's reading will be for September 2023 for the sign of Leo. And if this is the first time to my channel, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. So today's reading will be a general inquiry. It may not fit your situation, and if it doesn't, by all means, don't make it fit. And as you've probably heard before, if it's not resonating, you're welcome to turn off the video and come back and join me for the next reading, okay? Which will be in a couple of weeks. Now that I'm back on schedule and we're getting into fall, I will be able to do more readings going forward, okay? Probably still just going to do one reading for September, but October is looking really good for extracurricular activities, as they say, and bonuses and Vimeo videos and all that good stuff. So we're going to just ask, oh, it's too many cards, what message would benefit most Leo for September 2023? Move these over so I don't go off the frame of the camera, which I always hate doing. Okay. Message for Leo. Message for Leo. Okay. Couple more cards here. We're almost there. Yippee skippy. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into it. We have the Three of Hearts, the Queen of Hearts, the Nine of Hearts. Wow, a lot of emotion going on for you. And just before I go any further, Leo season was a hell of a ride. I don't know about you, but I'm a Leo as well. And there's just so much going on in the planets and the full moons and the new moons and the blue moons and the super moons. And it was just one thing after another in the skies, but also I have a feeling most Leos had a pretty turbulent time in August. And from what I hear, not just for Leos, but for many signs, it's going to be just as intense for September, okay? So brace yourself. And look, we already have a lot of emotion coming out here. This could be you. This is the King of Clubs, and we have the Three of Clubs. You could be trying to make a decision around a fire sign. Not a fire sign, a water sign. That's the Queen of Hearts there. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. If not, I see the Queen of Hearts is, when it applies to the person or sign I'm reading for, the self-nurturing energy. You know, taking care of yourself. You could be in the midst of a decision right now, Leo, of how to take better care of yourself. You may be pulled in a couple of different directions, maybe of how to do that, or maybe you have reservations about your ability to follow through. But the Queen of Hearts is like sitting on the fence, more or less, but it's not just sitting on the fence because you want to be. It's you're being pulled in a couple different directions. Your heart is literally being pulled. You're torn, in other words. You're torn. And it is a very emotional matter, so it's something very close to you emotionally, whatever that may be. Unless you are trying to decide about a water sign, like how you feel about them, if you should keep them in your life, if there's something you need to say to them. It actually could be anything under the sun if you are dealing with an external person. But I also see a great wish fulfillment here with the Nine of Hearts. So you're feeling very content about your life in general at this time. Again, it's about attaining some kind of satisfaction and fulfillment. Maybe this has been in the works for a while, or maybe you have made efforts, moves in certain directions to achieve this, but whatever the case, it looks to me like you're feeling very, very cushy and satisfied at this time. For whatever reason, don't don't knock it. Don't even question it, right? And the King of Clubs, like I said, this is fire sign energy. Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Well, it could be you for sure. And a king position in your sign here is a very good indication that you're feeling like you have great control over your life. Probably in general. I wouldn't say control over other people, because there's also some power and authority wrapped up with this. But I think this is more about self-mastery. And perhaps focusing on your material world in a way that you feel like you've got some really good things going here, and you're feeling very good about it. There's also a very benevolent side to this card. Very generous and supportive of others. So maybe you're in this better position right now to support others. Maybe you're looking for ways to support others, I don't know, volunteering. Or maybe there's somebody closer to you that you feel like you could help out in some manner, whether it's doing yard work for them or being emotionally there for them. I don't know. Could be really a lot of different things, but that's a very positive sign with the King of Clubs. But there is some kind of struggle and fight here. Yeah, we're not really seeing what that's about, except we do have the indecision around water energy, nurturing energy, be it within you or without you. That could be stemming, this struggle could be stemming from that. Again, threes talk about a push and pull in two different directions. Let's go ahead and see what else we got. We got the Seven of Clubs, Queen of Spades, the Jack of Clubs, and the Two of Spades. That is very peculiar. Okay, well, first of all, we'll start with the light stuff here. The Jack of Clubs, this again is fire energy. Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, you could be dealing with a younger fire sign. This could be you in a new experience or situation in general. Like I was saying here earlier with the King of Clubs and the Nine of Hearts, you could be in a place in your life where you're feeling very satisfied. Maybe this is a new experience for you. For example, it could be that younger fire energy, though, around you. You also have air energy around you, perhaps. This is Libra. I didn't mean to say Leo. I said Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Now, if it's not somebody around you, or it is, this person is very reserved. They're inward focused. They're holding back. People don't know exactly where they're coming from. They kind of sit back and see what's going on, but they don't say much. I'm picking up this as you. Very possible. Picking up this as you. Like in your head too much. But I also see this as the Hermit card, so I don't see it as like somebody who's refusing to talk, for example. It's more like someone who's in a meditative, contemplative frame of mind, and maybe you've been in that kind of state for a while, and that could be why this is a new experience for you, feeling very satisfied but also being kind of self-reliant in a way that you haven't had before or been able to achieve because of external circumstances. I'm not sure. There's also a feeling here of feeling confined. So whatever is the present state of, I would say this is external affairs, there is some kind of leaning, urging, I would say, to get out of circumstances. Even though it's looking very positive, I feel like there's a part of your circumstances here where you're feeling trapped. Maybe you're trapped in your own mind too much. You're in your head too much. You know what I mean? Too much alone time. Too much like you're feeling like you are on your own. Like you have no one to rely upon, because there is this looming over here. And I don't think this has to do with these two people, if they are people. I'm definitely picking up that Queen of Spades as you. Now, it could be this fire sign, but in any case, you could be split up with this. I'm just going to throw it out there. You could be split up permanently from a younger fire sign. Another Leo, a Sagittarius, or Aries. This is the non-reconciliation card. Like you've had a falling out with somebody and it's not going back. If it's not a younger fire sign, there's somebody else around. Again, I'm not picking up it would be an air sign, but it could be. If it's not a fire sign, it could be any other sign, honestly. It's just something that's like in the background of your life maybe at the moment. That's like overshadowing everything. The fact that there's a permanent separation. This is the opposite of connection. This is disharmony, disconnection. And it's usually around a person. Honestly, it's not about necessarily a job situation or anything like that. I will just give my caveat on this. This is pretty permanent, but I do also believe in free will and that things can change. I believe that we are, more often than not, straddling parallel universes and other realities. Not to be too esoteric about that, but I don't know. I've had a lot of experiences lately where I heard one thing, I saw one thing, and then I go back, I don't know, a period of time later. It could be weeks or months or days even, and that thing is completely opposite. Do you know what I'm saying? Like things changing, facts changing. Like they call it the Mandela effect when it affects a large group of people. If you're not sure what that is, Google it and do some research on it. It's actually quite fascinating. There's a lot of podcasts and whatnot on it these days because it's happening more and more. I have witnessed it firsthand. I saw facts several months ago that I was astonished at because I remember from years ago things being quite different. And these are facts around companies and name brands, things that are very static in our world. They're completely opposite now. And I don't know what to think about that. Except, was I nuts? Was I imagining it? No. Just because of what I just said. We're shifting through different timelines, as they say. You've probably heard that phrase thrown around a lot, but I can tell you there's some truth to it. Woo-woo or not, okay? Anyway, 9 of clubs. You are feeling, again, there's a completion with the 9s. But you're feeling very satisfied, and you feel like you've had some kind of achievement lately. And I still think it connects back to getting to this place where you're feeling like you're really, truly in control. It's a very nice place to be, and this isn't the negative kind of control where you have to control everything because people need to do what you say. No, it's you having a firm grip on the wheel of your life. I just made that up. I'm picturing like someone navigating. I think there's some phrase about navigating, being the captain of your soul, of course, something like that. But this is like having a firm grip on the wheel and knowing exactly where you're going, having your affairs under control, and of course the universe can always throw us a boomerang, but at the moment, in general, I feel a great sense of achievement here as well. Seven of Spades, though, there is some kind of, that just kicked out. I might pull that before my, okay, I'm going to pull it with this card because it literally flew out. It's like it wants to be there together. So the Four Hearts talks about support and things being very nurturing and supportive around your home. But the Seven of Spades is about uncovering information. It could be an epiphany. It doesn't mean that somebody came to you and told you a secret, but it could also be that kind of situation. There's something you're realizing perhaps about the support that you have. The Four Hearts. Whether that's a family unit, a spouse, a partner, a roommate, a group of friends, does not matter. I also see the Seven of Spades tied in with this Queen of Spades in that being inwardly focused, you may be coming upon more and more epiphanies lately, like realizing things about yourself, realizing things about your circumstances, your reality, but how it affects also the support around you. Maybe you're just being very reflective about the support around you in some manner. Let's see if we can get more information about Leo in September 2023. Look at this, the 8 of Diamonds. We finally have a focus on Pentacles. We didn't see any of those earlier. It's an individual effort here to increase your abundance in some way, and it is going to pay off. It's giving you the confirmation. So if you've been putting your foot and your energies towards, doesn't have to be a business venture, but certainly could be, just some kind of concerted individual effort in a certain direction to increase your abundance. This is about time and hard work going into something and it paying off. So that's a very, very positive sign there. You could be focused right now on increasing your pentacles, for example. It could be like on the top of your list of priorities. Okay. These two fell out together. Jack of Hearts, Two of Hearts. Okay, we have a little acknowledgement here about the desire for companionship. What was the card I was looking at earlier? Oh, yeah, the Three of Hearts? No, there was something about partnerships here. It wasn't a real clear card, but no, actually, we didn't see a real strong leaning towards partnerships. I mean, we saw with the Three of Hearts that you're trying to make some kind of emotional decision, possibly around a water sign. I'm seeing that as more as trying to decide how to better take care of yourself, honestly. Now with this, there is that desire for companionship with the Two of Hearts. And the Jack of Hearts is about having your heart open. Again, very watery energy, very emotional. And we're addressing that again. That seems to be the focus for you in September. Inward focused, emotional matters. Taking care of yourself, enjoying your achievements, being content, maybe just maintaining this state of contentness is part of your challenge this month. Working on that, you see. This is about keeping your heart open to perhaps a partnership or deeper connections. If you're not in a relationship and you've been desiring to meet someone special, the Jack of Hearts invites you to be vulnerable that way, to be open to it. Like the Jack, it's the very young energy. It has fresh eyes. It doesn't have any preconceptions or ideas about what's headed their way, right? It's like that 20-year-old energy. Just, I'm going to go out and do this and just see what happens kind of thing. It could be that you have been in that frame of mind of just seeing what happens and what comes your way in terms of partnerships, relationships, dating, meeting people. Yeah. You have different things going on for you in September, but there's really nothing earth-shattering except this. And I feel like this is like overshadowed. There's like something that happened in the past where you cut things off with someone, and that's just kind of overshadowing your life here in September. This is going to be the first card of advice. I did mentally and emotionally, I was focusing on advice next. Sorry, because I was kind of going off in this watery, I guess because all this water is out here, this watery flow of my emotions and intuition. So we got the Five of Hearts. We got the Six of Diamonds. This is your advice again. Five of Diamonds, okay. We got the Six of Hearts. Look at that. We got fives and sixes. Interesting. So the Five of Hearts talks about some kind of physical separation. Why this would show up in your advice, obviously you need to physically separate yourself from somebody or something. I'm not saying you need to break off a relationship. I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that you have to move. I don't know. There's like some kind of physical separation here. Maybe... I'm going to ask for more cards of advice in a second. It may be obvious. But I just want to run down that energy is about being physically away from something or somebody. Doesn't always have to be for negative reasons either. It can be like going off to college. It could be somebody going off to the military. You see, it's that kind of energy. Maybe you need to be away from work for a while. Anyway, we're going to keep going. The Six of Diamonds tells me you have options and opportunities coming your way financially, and this is about taking better financial responsibility. So the Pentacles that you have been working on, as we saw reflected over here in the Eight of Diamonds, you've been putting individual effort into that. It looks like you are going to have those opportunities show up for you here, because this is your advice, right? And that is what is headed your way. The Five of Diamonds also talks about changes in your finances, negotiation, and settlements. Not sure if you're involved in some kind of legal situation, or I don't know, maybe you're going to be selling items to save up money for some reason, and it could involve that. But anyway, the Five of Diamonds energy is about changes in your financial situation because of that, and not necessarily negatively. I always see it as more positively when that shows up. Because why the heck would we want to see, things deducting from our bank account? We want to see things accumulating. And I always intend my tarot to be in the direction of what can I expect realistically, but also the highlights of what is going to, how should I say it, benefit us. I don't know if that made sense. That's a lot of words. Anyway, you also have, as we established here, have been focused on your social life, I'm just going to say your dating life. Even if you're not like this huge dater and you're not dating multiple people, it doesn't matter. You kind of have that on the back of your mind. Well, the Six of Hearts is telling me that things are going to be coming your way people are going to be coming your way, and somebody could potentially be very special. This is about attracting people that are going to make a big impact in your life. They're going to be around for a while. Okay, what other cards of advice do we have for Leo? The Eight of Clubs, you could be in decision about, well, maybe which way to go with these Pentacles. Like we have the Eight of Diamonds. This is about being at the crossroads. Maybe you're still trying to decide what you can do to increase your abundance. It could also mean that you're stuck on some ideas, well, around that or something else. This doesn't have to be about the Pentacles, but I didn't really see any other cards out here that talk about decisions. I'm just going to let that go there. I mean, it could be about how to get out of this energy of feeling trapped. And I'm not really sure what that trapped sensation could be for you. If it could be financial. Anyway, not real clear about what these are pertaining to. And again, if this doesn't apply, don't make it fit. And the Five of Clubs. Yeah, so something is going to break free for you here. This is about breaking free from stagnant energy, things that are stuck. Perhaps it's going to be breaking free from this position of not making a decision. Maybe whatever it is, I'm just going to say, Leo, in general, you've been trying to make a decision about something or a couple of things. You're going to break free from that stagnant position of you're not sure what to do. I would see that as very likely. Yep, that's what I'm feeling. That's indicating there. Okay. Any more cards of advice? Of course. Well, there could be some communication that needs to happen around this new start, around the Ace of Diamonds energy, which is about increasing your pentacles. It's finding new ways to make income. And it is a new start with that. Perhaps you need to talk about it with a spouse. Perhaps you need to talk about it with a friend or some kind of connection that could help you make this decision. I do see it kind of wrapped up with these two about kind of not knowing exactly what you want to do with being at a crossroads and needing to break free from that stagnant energy. Communication seems to be some element that would help you on this new start. Again, I'm not sure who you need to communicate with. Maybe it's just your employer. You need to sit down and have a one-to-one with a supervisor, maybe in private, to talk about your desires to grow and how they can help you do that, or that can be achieved where you are, because it's possible. That's what the separation is about. That where you're at in your employment is not going to be where you grow. You see my point? Because we didn't really see what this separation was about, and I kind of put the intention out there that those cards were going to come out to help resolve this energy. Physical separation, it just could be coming. It doesn't mean you have to do it now. It doesn't mean in September you're going to lose your job or you need to walk away from your job. I mean, if you're already at that place, good for you. Good for you. There's that confirmation. It just could mean that to get to the next stage or the next chapter of your life and to increase your abundance, you're going to have to employ physical separation in whatever manner that's going to translate into for you. I am going to end it there. I feel like you have a lot of issues going on. You're still desiring companionship. I think you're trapped. Yeah, I think this feeling of entrapment has something to do with this, being stuck in a decision. Because I know I certainly would feel that way. If I was like trying to decide something, this is objectively, I'm not saying that's true or not for me since I am a Leo, I would feel trapped if I can't make up my mind. And frustrated, right? But there's some stagnant energy around that is going to change. So perhaps the idea or the direction is going to become clear. Yes, I think that's actually what's going to happen. But there's some kind of communication here that needs to occur to get on this new start. Maybe it's just making phone calls. Like you've been thinking about doing something. Maybe you've been thinking about going back to school, for example. I actually have been thinking about that. Maybe it's about making those phone calls, talking to somebody, and figuring out what you exactly need to do to get started. But you have great opportunities coming towards you to take better responsibility here financially. Especially if you're in debt or whatever, or you're just getting back on your feet from a breakup, or you've had financial trouble past few years, whatever the case may be. Everything is so expensive now. I think everybody's having financial troubles, even if, it's not a new thing for you. I think it's just become a way of life. But the fact that you're trying is going to attract these new opportunities, right? And there are going to be changes here, negotiations and settlements financially. Again, I'm kind of picking up that energy of being either a legal situation, or you bartering and negotiating with somebody about maybe you're going to sell a car or sell something else, a boat, a house, maybe even a house. And there's going to be some kind of negotiation and settlement involved with that, but it is going to change your financial situation. And don't forget about this. You are attracting these new social opportunities that are going to lead to significant connections. So if you wanted to hear that that's where you're headed, that's where you're headed. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. I am going to end it there. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. That really supports the channel and ensures I will be here for the months and weeks and years to come, hopefully. And hang in there and take care until I see you again.